So election night, I'm home, I made dinner, I'm turning on the TV, I'm flipping on my computer, I'm looking at my phone. What am I going to see? Hi, I'm Tom Collins.
Hi, I'm Gina Roberts.
And we're with Clean Elections, Arizona's nonpartisan voter education agency. And we're here today to talk a little bit about election night.
Polls close at 7 p.m., so that means that any voter that is in line by 7 p.m. will still get to vote, even if they have to wait a little bit. 8 p.m. is where things really start to get exciting. 8 p.m. is when we will see the first round of unofficial results that are going to be coming through. So that's pretty exciting.
So what is that? 8 o'clock, you'll hear it referred to in the press as the 8 o'clock drop.
Yes.
What is the 8 o'clock drop?
So what has happened leading up to Election Day? We have early voting in Arizona, and most of our voters prefer to vote early voting. So that means that the counties have already been processing and tabulating all of those early ballots that voters have already returned. So come 8 p.m., the county is going to be releasing all of those results that they tabulated from those early ballots. So what comes next is our polling places are starting to close. Voters have finished voting at the polling places. The poll workers are doing their closing up routine, all of their procedures that they have to put into place. That includes getting those results from the voting locations down to the county at their central count. The counties will start to release the results from the voting locations, from the voters who voted on Election Day, periodically throughout the night.
Okay. There's a third bucket, which is, these election results that come in over the coming days.
Yes.
What's that bucket?
Election workers are up all night on election night. Sometimes they won't go home until 3 a.m. in the morning, and that's because they're really waiting to get all of those voting location results uploaded so we can see what those numbers are. So we're going to continue to see those come through. What happens really after election night is we will see all of the early ballots that voters dropped off on election day, because the deadline to return an early ballot is 7 p.m. on election day. A lot of voters like to drop them off on election day, which this year's November 5th. So any voter that shows up to the polls on November 5th, they're going to drop off their early ballot. The county has to process those because, Tom, this is very important. Every single ballot that gets cast, the voter's identity is always verified. So all those earlies that were dropped off at the voting locations, the county has to process those. They have to go through signature verification, and then they have to get tabulated.
Because that's why when you listen to election officials, as opposed to maybe when you turn on your local or your most specifically your national news, when they talk about results coming in, it's all one universe of results, right? No election official is going to say the results on election night, right?
That's correct. So election officials are going to refer to them as unofficial. So you may see members of the media that are calling an election, and really what they're doing, Tom, is they're doing math. They're looking at, okay, this is how many registered voters there are, for this particular district or this race. This is how many ballots have been tabulated so far. They try to project and make determinations on whether or not a certain candidate can overcome a lead, perhaps. They canvass the election, and that at the Secretary of State's level for the statewide elections, the Secretary of State will canvass as well. Once those canvasses have occurred, that's when we have our final official election result.
8 p.m., initial drop. That's early ballots that have been verified and counted. Next comes Election Day. Then, rolling out after that, you have early ballots that have been dropped off on Election Day. If you want results back faster, you need to get that ballot back sooner. And you should expect that as results come in, one candidate's going to be up, another candidate may be up. That's part of the counting process. And if you want to find out more information about all of this, you can check out our website, azcleanelections.gov.